We don't stop. It's game time. We don't flop. We don't stop. It's game time. We don't flop. We don't stop. It's game time. We don't flop. We don't stop. It's game time. We don't. You're now tuned into the Detail Did It podcast. Come catch a fade.
Come catch a fade. Good morning. Welcome to the Realty and Reality podcast and live stream show. How y'all doing this morning? Oh, they're doing great.
They are doing great. Good morning. Happy Monday. Man, I'm good.
Happy Monday.
Bless.
Everybody says Happy Monday. Why not just Happy Day?
Happy day.
Monday, Tuesday,
They're all
Wednesday,
happy.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, they are happy. So what'd you do this weekend, Chad?
Man, what I do is, man, I grinded, hustle. I was on vacation, so I'm back in hustle mode. Got into the office, smiled and dialed this weekend, prospected, and just trying to set up some appointments and kick off this year.
You smiled and you died?
I smiled and I dialed.
I can't walk and chew gum sometimes. Dang. This weekend I actually finished building the trampoline for the kids, left the house, and then one of them texted me, "Dad, I think I broke my neck."
No.
And so I explained to him, he's probably not going to be texting me. He broke his neck. And secondly, don't jump on the trampoline when I'm out. But I did learn that pulling those little springs with the technology is great, is the moral of that story.
Okay.
Pulling those the springs, that's what I was freaked out about. I was like, I'm going to pinch myself. I don't like to do stuff. I hire people to do things.
Yeah.
It's like a time value type of thing. However, I have plenty of time right now. And there was no value there.
So your babies were sick over the weekend?
How
they doing?
That's constant. I don't know if you experienced the same thing, and we have a special guest on the show too.
Yes.
Kids, it seems like November through February, sick. Fevers, chest congestion, runny noses, and then my 8-year-old, bless his heart, he still doesn't know how to blow his nose. I mean, like, he gets the idea of it, but like he's like, sucks it up. So then he gets sicker, and I'm like, bro, medical bills right now.
What you doing? You can probably hear it in my voice. I have a little raspy voice today, trying to get it out of there.
Is that for Smiling Dollar?
Yeah, no, it's not for Smiling Dollar, man. It's just, there's this San Antonio weather so bipolar. It messes with me, man.
It is.
Yeah, it messes with me. So
me
being from New Orleans, I didn't experience this as a young guy.
Oh,
and so
I'm gonna throw something out there just because I hear stuff. I hear political correct things, and we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Steve talked about this. There's politically correct and there's correct. I believe that you're correct. I'm correct, and I don't care about the politics part. So he said this weather is bipolar, and some people get upset because they're like, people that are bipolar. I've got it in my family.
Hey, but we're just talking about the weather.
Talking. Exactly. People need to chill. I mean, I don't know what brought it up.
Stop being so sensitive.
So that brings us to our next segment, which is the market update. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is how I update my clients. Maybe you guys will choose to work with me or not work with me in the future because of this. Whatever, truly. Market update. Market slowing down a little bit just based like days on market. Certain neighborhoods are not experiencing a slowdown at all. However, this bigger part of the slowdown is the slight raise in interest rates. However, at the same time, our prices have dropped due to the days on market. So it's almost like they've offset each other. Offset to be basically there's no change really. Just things are a little bit slower. So for those of you that have already hired a realtor, if they're not checking in with you, giving you an update once or twice a week, you might want to talk to them about that, however you like to be communicated with. However, don't bite their head off either if your house hasn't moved in under 30 days or 48 hours, because that happens in some areas, but primarily those days are gone for now. We're shifting back into a buyer's market, and you just got to call and work prices hard, do some things.
Interest rates too. So we talked about that, right? So market updates, interest rates. So interest rates have impacted, I think in 2018, a lot of families have experienced maybe $200, $300 of monthly mortgage growth. Actually holding steady with the whole government thing going on. So
true. Put that in perspective too. You talked about $200 or $300. At $200 or $300, got a little put like at $200 or $300 change in price. That's like $5 per $1,000 borrowed from a lender. That changes an entire landscape of what home you're going to get into or not.
Possibly location, community. Because I always hit on location, break that down to community first. So that could, if you have a community or a location that you want to be in or that you desire the most, that can impact where you actually purchase your home. So be mindful of that.
True. So what kind of builder updates do we got? What kind of inventory?
Builder updates, tons of inventory on ground. New construction. Speaking, since I work for a new construction builder, Harry Homes, we have in Callison Ranch well over 30 inventory homes ready to go between now and the month of May.
Damn.
So, we're in Military City, USA. We definitely have that inventory on ground that is readily available for your clients if you are a realtor or just a buyer without a realtor. Get a realtor, and make sure they bring you out and check us out.
I'll bring y'all out, or somebody on my team will bring you out. I'll probably bring y'all out. I don't got nothing to do. No, I love real estate. It's a passion. It's what I do. It's not who I am. And at the same time, I'm doing it so long, it starts to feel like it is who I am.
Absolutely. But yeah, just get with your. There's some local resources like Builder Boost. They kind of serve as a bridge between realtors and the new home community. But there's a lot of promotions that are going on right now. Every builder has kind of ended their fiscal year last year, so we're trying to kick off the beginning of this year. So usually you have those promotions that you see in the first quarter. They kind of die out through mid-year and then pick back up towards the middle of the year. So definitely, there's a lot of information. If you have any questions, definitely get with your local expert.
So my favorite thing when we talk about current events and we fly through them, because again, I watch Netflix most of the time and steal my current events from other outlets.
You thief.
and then I check them out, and then I back check the story, make sure there's some kind of truth to it. I don't know, whatever, fake news. But this is real news. So Julian Castro,
Okay.
he's running for president. He officially announced his bid on Saturday.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that? Yeah.
I have no thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know. Zero thoughts.
I'm just being real, guys.
Hey,
I have
real talk, real tea. I don't have a huge political, stance in these types of fights and whatnot. However, I am kind of happy to see him become president potentially. I like what he did with our city. I like the green spaces, the parks. I know he's not the only person that's responsible for that. Those are things that were in the works years before he was our mayor. However, a lot of change for the better for the San Antonio area. So I'm interested to see what he would do as president. At the same time, we talk about political correctness, politics, period. I don't even know what I am. I'm like a Republicratarian. Republicratarian. Whatever makes more sense, It's tough sometimes to choose between the two parties, the three parties, however many parties.
Absolutely.
Republicratarian, that's me. So
that's you.
Whoever's doing good, that's where my vote's going. Good for me. But at the same time, as a realtor and somebody that chooses success, it's always tough. Because you got the Republicans who want to cut your taxes, so I'm like, yay.
Yay.
And then at the same time, I believe in my community, so then I go with my Democrat way, yay. So Republicratarian. It is what it is.
Oh man.
So other things that are going on. Did you hear about these houses that are just falling down around people? I want to say it's Cambodia.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, no. So Mekong River, there is a river that's flowing there. They have homes, of course, on each side of it and deeper, away from the water. They're falling down. Do you know why?
Enlighten us.
I find this very interesting. It is enlightening for me. Sand. So when I first heard this, I'm thinking, they must have built their foundations on sand. That's not a great idea sometimes, depending on what's below that. No, not the case. They built too many dams further upriver. And then they began to mine the sand to export it to different countries, places, like the little playground sand, all that stuff we get. It comes from somewhere, the bottom of that river. and so they start pulling all that sand out, and as a result, the current started to pick back up, and the current goes faster, so it causes more erosion. Which is funny because I was teaching my kids that this weekend when we were staring at that little Google Home screen. It's amazing what rock can do, what water can do to rock.
Absolutely.
Just during erosion.
Right.
And so all that sand is getting down at rapid rates. So people are just losing their homes. Like in the middle of the night, they're sleeping and they just fall down.
So like in my dream?
They've got a bedroom and a kitchen now. They have a 3-bed, So that's terrible.
Yeah, it is.
And then
prayers definitely out to those families.
Now let's get prayers.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do. I just talk about the news like it's something that happened to people.
So you guys may or may not know. I know she probably doesn't want this to go public, but consider a friend to many. A local loan officer here in San Antonio just lost her child. Junior in high school. Attended Harlan High School. He passed away in a car accident, fatal car accident this past weekend. So our thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. I know I can't even imagine how you feel at this point in your life right now at this moment. And so definitely my thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family here from our podcast.
Yes,
I think
yes,
that's it.
yes.
So-
Prayers to you. I've not gone through that. Don't wish to, and yet we're here for you. It's a tough one.
Absolutely.
Thanks for bringing down the house a little bit on that.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Ha.
Now, last and not least, I have one of my favorite pastimes is talk about Donald Trump. Said nobody ever. No, and yet he keeps himself relevant, doesn't he? So with that said, the Pentagon apparently drew up some plans back in September. Yeah, back in September 2018. Just multiple scenarios, attack scenarios on Iran. In addition to the sanctions that we constantly hit them with to stop their nuclear development, their missile programs, everything. Stop them from getting that yellow cake, whatever they do. Yet Trump said he ain't know nothing about it.
Interesting.
And then, of course, the evidence, because, he's our president, and last time I checked, that's how it works. Your cabinet, and then people come up with plans, and they report back to you. So, typical Trump stuff.
Typical.
He's got an attack plan for Iran, yet he doesn't know nothing about it.
Uh-oh.
Space Force.
Either way.
Space Force.
Space Force. Yeah, the Space Force is attacking Iran, 2039. You heard it here first. So anyways, that's enough of current events. Hopefully you guys are all caught up on that stuff, and feel free to shoot messages in, chime in. You can't call my phone right now, and yet you can call in the future. And we're going to have you guys call in and start, chiming in on some of this stuff. What do you guys think about that? I don't actually care. I just want to hear what you guys have to say. No, I'm kidding. I care. So anyhow, today's show is centered around what we discussed last week on Monday. Was it Monday?
It was Monday, yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
So Monday, Chad had brought up credit repair and the benefits, and just kind of briefly touched on it. And then I had shared my lack of experience with credit repair, really. And so naturally, the only thing to do is to bring somebody that actually is an expert in that field of financial education.
Have to delegate, remember?
Delegate.
We're gonna delegate
You
to
say
them.
delegate.
Okay.
I use the word leverage.
Leverage. Okay.
Or teamwork.
Teamwork.
Because delegate to me has that connotation of just like somebody just telling everybody what to do, which is fine, because that's what delegation is.
Okay, all perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
leverage or working as a team and spreading out the duties.
Okay.
That's just a me thing.
All right.
Like nobody works for me; they work with me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
How about we say pass off to our teammate?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Or
the
say
same thing.
delegate, whatever.
Or delegated?
I'm just here to
Tomato,
conversation.
tomato. Yeah, right? Because I'm not the expert. Like, when I played football, I was a running back. I wasn't a quarterback, so you wouldn't give me the ball to throw.
You was a
give me
running
the
back?
ball. Yeah,
I bet you were
was.
quick too.
Nimble.
Hey,
Jabby nibble, jabby quick.
Jacqueline through the whole.
Detail saw me. He saw me.
Bam! Like I take off camera cues like no other.
Got it.
And then I don't draw any attention to it either.
Got it.
In 3, 2, we're on. Okay, so
Let's go.
speaking of our guests, by the way, so we're talking about experts, we're talking about financial planning, education, we're talking about credit repair, getting into a home, the challenges or lack thereof, because there are barriers, and yet for every barrier, there's something to tear it down, And so with that said, welcome to the show, Regina Hinton.
Oh,
She might want to
Thank y'all for having me on the show this morning. Just wanted to give you a brief background of myself. I was a realtor, had been a realtor for almost 15 years. I've been in the real estate and mortgage industry for over 20 years. And I have seen my fair share of, having to turn down people because of credit issues. So when I came across this opportunity that I'm about to share with you guys, it really blew my mind because I have never seen a credit repair company that is awesome and great and can do great things for our consumers and our clients. So me and my husband, Education Services, is a financial service and literacy company. They have been around since 2004. They are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Their flagship, the program is actually credit repair. So that is basically what they key in on is credit restoration. We are a debt-free company. So with that being said, we're not going anywhere. We're stable and we have 100% annual sales growth every single year.
And I gotta say, I don't know what I'm wrong to expect. However, I hope my financial planner was debt free or something of the sort.
Sometimes you have to kind of dig a little deeper.
So put this meme on my real quick. So Realtors out there, shout out. I hate
So, we are very hardcore about, making sure that our customers and our clients are not only educated, but, they, when they are faced with the perils of actually home buying, whether they're going out buying a car or just trying to clean up their credit, they're going to go through some challenges. So what we are experts in doing is we're experts in deleting and disputing items such as bankruptcies, foreclosures, tax liens, charge-offs, late payments,
What about child support?
Well, we're good at removing child support.
Like the late
Student
child support
loans,
payments, all that stuff?
student loans, child supports, evictions, repossessions. For the lack of saying, we are the best of the best. There's no company out there that, can beat us or match us. What we do is we leverage the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971. Most of y'all don't know that was a law created by Congress.
I don't know about that.
Well, it was created by Congress to actually protect us as consumers and clients for, them not being able to put erroneous and negative items on our credit report, because little do everybody know, we as consumers have 1 to 3 errors in our credit report. Whether you have bad credit or whether you have good credit, you potentially have, a negative item on your credit report that you didn't know anything about.
How does that happen?
Well, that's a good question. And the thing is that credit bureaus are not regulated by the government. They have credit bureaus, but they just put that on there just to make y'all think that they are important people.
Bureau, the word bureau.
Right.
That's interesting.
And so these are private entities. They are a for-profit company. So basically, they don't know the difference between inaccurate or accurate items. So once the original creditor actually sends that information to them, they just go for face value. They put it on there and, it's just okay. The consumer has to deal with it at a later time. So that's why these things are, because they don't verify any information that has been given to them. So what we are, good at doing is we are able to go in and dispute all of these items under that Fair Credit Reporting Act. And we're able to hit all 3 bureaus at the same time simultaneously, whereas other companies are only able to dispute maybe 1 or 2 items once a month, 1 bureau at a time once a month. So you see, there is a big significant difference between what we can do because we leverage this act versus what, most credit repair companies says, oh, well, we can do credit repair. Well, that's all they can do is just repair. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times you get with a company that will charge you this, expensive amount of money, and it takes so much time for them to actually go in because they're prolonging the process because they have you under contract.
Yeah.
So they take their time because they don't have your best interest at heart. They are just only worried about the money. Yeah. So what we are good at doing is going in and just pounding and hitting because our goal is to get our consumers from bad to excellent.
Now, you spoke of time.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, how much time does it take from point A to point B?
Well,
when we're going through this process.
The thing with time is that we can't really guarantee you how long it's going to actually take because everybody's situation is different. But what we have seen with our clients that have actually came through our program, they have been looking at results within the first 45 days, and it has been in excess of 100 points in the first 45 days. So, we have stories and testimonies to prove that we are the best. I would like to say for, the sake of saying we are the pit bulls of the company.
I like that. It's a real estate script you use. And have a bulldog go to work for you. So are there, I always do this all the time. No, just for the record, I'm going to throw this out here. Everybody else knows ADD. Forget what I'm talking about while I'm talking about it. I had a good question. I'll get back to it.
Okay.
I know what I was going to say. So I've heard the different controversial stories behind credit repair. you know. And so one of the things that I experienced secondhand, I was there in the office. Either way, is a client got their credit fixed. It was the score jumped up. They really needed to be to get to a house, and then by closing day, it was not good anymore. Like they did that last second verification. No, nothing was good. How does that happen? I mean, once it's fixed, is it fixed forever or what?
No, it's not fixed forever because there are going to be some times that, you know, you get stuff removed off your credit and it could potentially come back, but you just have to keep working at it. Also, hopefully that they didn't go out and acquire any new credit, you know, because a lot of times when, you know.
Do you mean like during the process?
Right, right.
Like they fixed it. That's a good one. I have one. He went in on the credit company. I mean, he was like, it's their fault, blah, 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 blah. And then I called, talked to him, he had a late truck payment.
Yeah.
After we started. I'm like, oh, well.
Right. That sometimes do it.
Because a lot of us, you know, for the lack of saying, we're not educated. And that's the good thing about us. We are going to educate you during the process. And so while we are actually restoring your credit, we are going to go in because under our protection plan membership, we give you 12 services and for only one monthly payment. So not only are we going to restore your credit, we're going to protect you because we do give you identity theft protection.
Nice. Now,
as of y'all know that somebody is a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds.
I did not know.
I didn't know.
Yes. So with that being said, when you are going right now, you know, you have bad credit. Let's just, you know, take an example. You have bad credit. So right now, you know, you're not a candidate for identity theft because what can they do? You have bad credit.
Steal it.
Right.
I used to say it all the time. Somebody please take my identity.
Right. So
reset.
Yeah. So in the process, you know, you're getting your credit restored. Now you just open up a door for somebody to come in and for you to be a victim of identity theft. So we provide you with identity theft protection, which is one of the services.
How's that work? Like, how are you protecting them? Like, it just is like a virtual electronic wall?
Well, no, we have identity theft protection through LifeLock.
Oh,
okay, so okay.
You know, so you know anything. You know, somebody just say run your Social Security number, and you're gonna get an email or a text message from LifeLock saying, "Hey, did you go to such and such and have them to pull your credit, or you know, we see some suspicious activity on your credit." So you're gonna get these things, and I think this is huge because. You know, again, it's all about education.
Yes. You speak my language, by the way.
Now, the LifeLock, you guys are partnered with LifeLock because I know that's a separate subscription fee.
Yeah, it's all in this membership. It's all inclusive in this membership program. What we also do is we give our clients an online portal, and what this does is online education. So it's going to guide you on what we do, how we do things, and also it's going to help you. Hopefully this doesn't happen when we get your credit fixed. You know, you don't go back into the same situation, but if you do, you have been provided the education to help yourself get back out of the situation that you're currently in.
Yeah,
so that's huge.
On that.
Yeah, that's huge. Also just other few services that we provide as well. We have what is called a financial lockbox. So, you know, lock all the paperwork and stuff. Well, what this is a virtual lockbox. So they're able to go in and put all of their information into, you know, an online, you know, portal to where if something, God forbid, was to happen to you and you designate somebody to take care of your affairs, they have the password. They can go in it. It's accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I like that.
And we also provide Credit Builder. So, you know, there's 5 different components when it comes to credit. Some people may not have a credit card, so we advise them to go and get a secured card because that equates to 10% of your credit score. So if you don't have a credit card, then you're losing 10% of, the potential of your credit to increase even more.
That's how I bought my first house. So I didn't even have the credit score. I went and got a secured card. They did a rapid rescore. Next thing I know, I was at like a 650 or something. Bought my house.
Yeah, did the same thing. I was like, what? I gotta go get a credit card. And that goes to show, like, we're not educated enough in regards to credit, because I really didn't understand, like, why do I have to go get a credit card and get debt?
I'm doing well.
They want to see that established pay history. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking for. So with this credit builder tool, it's going to actually recommend you on the things that you can do to actually, up your credit score. The one that I really, really appreciate that's huge that we offer is called a MyCare plan. It is a will and a trust. So what we have allowed our customers to do is they are able to go in and create not only their will, their trust, they can do a medical and a financial power of attorney at no additional charge, as long as they are members of our protection plan membership.
Wow.
Nice.
So will and a trust.
Yes. And which is huge because, a lot of celebrities over the last few years have passed away. And, I just seen something on the news about
Aretha Franklin?
Yes.
80 million estate?
Yes.
No will.
No will.
No will.
But
what?
They're fighting. Because for some reason or another, they're saying that the CPA did not pay some taxes that she owes. So now it's in litigation right now. So it is huge. We may not think that we have much, but it's always good to have a will to make sure that whoever we're leaving are not bombarded to take over our financial affairs.
Yes, good or bad.
Yes.
Good.
And another powerful thing, you have access to credit attorneys. So, we get these annoying calls from these creditors on a daily basis. This is such and such. But if this happens, all you do is pick up the phone, call your credit attorney, and they will go ahead and, take care of any harassing calls that may be annoying to you when it comes to
like you're using the word harassment, and I always feel like, okay, I know these people did it. So you said you have an attorney, so is it illegal basically for them to call you 4 times a day to ask you the same question?
They have different times that they can call you. But a lot of times, some of them just get a little annoying, and they, sometimes kind of get out of the scope. Yeah, get out of the scope of what they're supposed to do. So by having these attorneys, they can actually go in because they're educated on, the laws when it comes to the, credit that we don't know. That's just like you're good at being real estate because you've been educated on real estate. You've been good on going and selling homes. You know your product.
Mm-hmm.
Attorneys, they went through attorney school, so they know the laws that we as consumers, we don't have any clue about.
Nope. and more. So, what is your, well, let me ask you this. Is there like an average cost, a flat fee cost? I mean, does it depend on how many more hours? I'm sure it does depend on how much hours you put into somebody's account, if you will. But what's the average cost of credit repair?
Well,
if there is,
with our protection plan membership, it is a $99 activation fee and $89 a month. So to get started with us, it's $188. And then your payment every month is $89 a month. But the good thing about us is you're in the driver's seat. We don't put you under a contract because, we're just, for the lack of saying, we're just that good. We're good.
Well, say it.
Yeah, we're just good. And so, we know that we're going to be able to satisfy our clients to keep them, as a member because of what we have to offer, and that you're not going to find that out there anywhere.
I've never heard of most of the things you said you offer when it comes to credit repair.
Yes.
And I used to deal with different credit repair companies from time to time, especially when I was in the apartment industry. However, I've not heard of the LifeLock identity protection, having an attorney in a sense on call. It's too much to list, actually. You went off. I thought we were just going to talk about writing letters to credit bureaus.
Yeah. And so, we put this together because we know back in our day there was not a formal education
True.
we wasn't taught.
We're still
You know,
not.
so that's why the state of America mindset right now, we're in debt. You know, there's a lot of people out there that doesn't even have $500 in savings. It's crazy. Not because they don't want to have it, it's just because they don't know how
We're not.
to save.
We're not financially literate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, you know, again, like I said, we don't put you into a contract. But what we do ask that our members stay in the program at least 6 months. And the reason for that is because not only can you, you know, enjoy the services that we offer, but it would also give us time to actually challenge and deal with the harder things that you may have on your credit report. You know, because bankruptcies, student loans, those things are going to take a little bit more time, just you know, collection or medical bill, you know, so you have to give us time to get through 3 or 4 rounds of disputes.
So how is it 50%, 10%, or 100% money back guarantee?
We have a satisfaction guarantee.
Okay.
You know, again, you know, we put in the mindset of everybody that nothing is guaranteed. You know, but if you if you don't, you know, like our services or you're not satisfied, you have the opportunity to just cancel.
Yeah, no contract.
No
If you're not
contract at all.
satisfied,
No contract at all.
Then leave.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So now, how do you show what like you've been doing work for people? Basically, they're going to see their score go up.
Mhm.
They're going to see things drop off their credit. Do you just like send an email? Do you call them? Do you check in once a week to let them know that hey, you're good
A
to
system in
go?
place, maybe like a credit
Well,
tracker.
What we do is we actually everything is done online. So by me signing you up today, you go and you activate your services. I won't even see what's on your credit report because you're giving us once you go in and activate, you're just giving us the authorization for the attorneys to go in and actually analyze your credit report. And what they're going to do is they're going to prepare your dispute letters for you.
Awesome.
Now, we do things a little different because you have some companies out there will do online disputes. Those are really not good because it's not coming from you as a consumer. It's coming from the actual credit repair company that you hire.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to educate you through this process. So we're going to draft up your dispute letters. We're going to send them to you. You're going to, you know, verify them. You're going to do, you know, sign them. And then what we want you to do is send in a copy of your driver's license and your social security card. Put it in there for verification purposes so they know this is a legitimate dispute and you're going to send them out. Now, once they come back, we ask that you send your updates into, you know, the attorney. So therefore, the next round of disputes, they know what has fallen off and what, you know, they need to go after aggressively on the next round.
Right.
So all of this is done on online portal.
Okay.
You know, we even offer the online portal to mortgage brokers, the realtors, so that way y'all can track the process of your clients as well.
And
Awesome.
it's huge.
that important.
Yeah.
That's
It's huge.
huge.
It's
'Cause
Yes.
people. I love people. And man, they will tell you to your face any day, like, oh yeah, they said my credit's good. Let's go house hunting. Call up. I like this. Look into the portal. You're lying. Why are you trying to waste my time? No, it's not about wasting time. It's just I don't know for y'all at home, listening or watching. Love selling real estate. Love helping you guys achieve your dreams, whether it's buying or selling. And at the same time, I have a family. I've got other clients too. And I don't like to watch HGTV when I get home. I'm not trying to go show houses for no reason. Not because I don't want to help you, but because what is worse than finding out you're not going to be able to buy that dream home? Or what's worse than going into a higher price point, finding out you're going to just so young.
Preach.
Yeah. Preach.
Preach.
Another advantage that I wanted to share with you guys, which is really, really huge, we talk about education. So what Financial Education Service has done is we have a nonprofit organization, and that's called the Youth Foundation Literacy. So what we're able to do is all of our members that pay $89 a month, we take $2 out of that payment every month and put it into a scholarship fund.
I love that.
Awesome. I love
So in October, we open up the lines, and it's essay based, of course, and we are, able to put that into a scholarship fund to where we can offer college freshmen and high school seniors the opportunity to actually have scholarships for college. Again, trying to get them away from the student loan thing. Also, we're able to go out into the middle schools and teach financial literacy. We do a 6 to an 8 week program with these kids, and we provide them all the literature. After they have completed the class, we give that school $500 just for, them participating in this program. And then at the end of the year, we throw this really huge big party. But this is huge because we didn't have this type of education. And by us going into these communities and into the schools, we're hoping that this will lead to us getting out of this slump that we're in when it comes to credit.
Yes, credit, finances, all of that is super important. I had a great year a few years ago. I made tons of money. And due to my lack of financial education or financial literacy, I did not diversify anything. I didn't put money anywhere and pay anything down, lost all my money, we're right back in the same rut. And I don't mind it because I know how to climb out of a rut all day. Still, though, it'd be better to not fall into the rut.
Exactly.
I could just jump over the rut. That'd be fantastic. So let me ask you, kind of in closing, it sounds like there's a lot of information. What's the best number to reach you at so people can call you to get their ball rolling if they want to buy a house, if they just want to get educated, if they want to maybe bring the nonprofit organization into their school? How would they go about reaching you?
You can give me a call. My cell phone number is 210-758-4487. And I will be great to, help you, educate you. I don't charge, for education because my passion is to help you get out of the situation that you're in. Because, we don't know.
I like your attitude because that's what's going to make the world a better place.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. And so, I had to get educated. And so, I'm no different than anybody else on the street. So I'm passionate about helping, everybody that I possibly can.
Listen, imagine a world where everybody helped a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We'd have like a utopian society already.
Just a little bit.
Sky cars, space stuff, all that futuristic stuff. And what's the best website and email address for them to reach out to you?
You can email us at mrhcreditconsulting@gmail.com.
mrhcreditconsulting@gmail.com. gmail.com.
And my website is www.myfes.net/RHINTON. RHINTON. So my first initial, last name.
Oh. and if I can make it in this world, so can you. I'm glad I learned how to spell. Well, we're really glad you came on the show. Is there anything else that we may or may not have asked you, or you feel you need to touch on that's just
maybe just
you blew my mind already?
Yeah, maybe it's just some last second advice, right? Because we talked about education, we talked about kind of the lack of knowing or the literacy behind it, right? So any quick pieces of tidbits, advice, tricks that people should know about credit to give them a better understanding of that?
Well, I would just, a lot of people wait till the last minute to try to do things, for the lack of saying, I may not need my credit right now, but in 3 months I may need it. Well, I'm not going to take, charge to try to take initiative to take care of it now. I'm going to wait. But waiting has actually gotten us in the situation that we're in. So I would advise, don't wait. Start being proactive and start trying to get those things off, because you never know when an emergency might come that you may need, your credit. Credit is powerful.
Here comes the coachism. Fail to plan, plan to fail.
Exactly.
That is right there.
Exactly.
So, Regina, thank you so much for coming
Thank you so
on.
much.
I know I'm going to be using you some more. I know I'm going to talk to my team. We're going to come in and talk to the team anyways. And we really appreciate you having me on. So let's give her the round of applause for. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Thank
And
you.
thanks for educating the community and getting everybody into houses and helping everybody achieve the American dream, financial literacy and home ownership.
That's my goal. Thank you.
Thanks so much. All right, everybody. So that has been another installment of the
Realty and Reality Show.
on the Detail Did It Podcast Network.
Quick shout out to Southtown, South Crown
At
Barbershop.
Detail Did It.
Detail Did It.
At Detail
Detail
Cuts.
Did It
There's so many
Podcast.
ads. Hold on. We're
There's
gonna read
X.
Let's get this out. At South Crown. At Detail Did It Podcast. At Detail Cuts. At Pete Hammons 210. At San
Luxury New Homes, SATX.
Oh, I said it backwards last week.
Yeah,
So
you did.
at Luxury New Homes, SATX.
Yes.
All right. And that's about all the time we have here at South Crown. And what? This is an off-camera guy talking about.
Yeah. What'd you say, Willie?
My show's next.
So coming up next, there is the Detail Did It show. It's a great show. It
Okay.
talks about everything. I mean, literally everything. Cutting heads, talking trash, people around the community, good and bad.
It's the R. Kelly deal that's going on right
Ooh,
now.
R. Kelly.
That's a huge topic,
How is
right?
that guy still relevant?
I just saw he was at a club, sold out.
Sold out, too.
Ad-libbing or lip sync. Is it good?
Stop it. Stop it. Too soon. No. All right. So, anyways, coming up next, that's Detailed Show. We're out. That's our sign off. We'll step up our game for the next one.
What'd you say, mahalo?
Oh, yes, of course, the sign off.
Yes.
Aloha,
Aloha.
mahalo, and everything in between.
Peace.
Finish. All right.
I love this. This is a good idea. This is to the YouTube channel?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was for.
Okay. Well,
But-
either way, cool.
But yeah, that's also can be used for anybody. Which one?
Oh, and hey, guys, we're still here.
I'll be forgetting that part. 'Cause I did that last time and I was up.